Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. And good afternoon, Dr. Damina, and your church members plus your followers. I'm asking you a simple question. I've been asking you for some questions. I've asked about 7 questions, but I don't get answers. I just receive insults. But please, I plead with all of you, Dr. Damina, and your church and followers. I want to ask you one simple question. He said you taught your people that when Jesus Christ was with his disciples and he went up into what we know to be heaven, you told your church members that heaven is their heart, but heaven is not up. I want to ask you a question. Let us turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 12, 1-4. I read. It is not expedient for me doubtless to glory. I will come to visions and revelations of the Lord. I knew a man in Christ above 15 years ago. Whether in body, I cannot tell. Or whether after the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth. God knoweth. Such an one was caught up to the 3rd heaven. Verse 3. And I knew such a man, whether in body or out of the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth. Verse 4. How that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words, which is not lawful for a man to utter. So Apostle Paul is saying that he know a man who 14 years ago, that man whether it was in body or speaker, he could not tell. But the man was caught up in the 3rd heaven. And then when he went further to the verse 4, he said paradise, which means that 3rd heaven is paradise. Now my question is, if we have 3rd heaven, then it means that biblically we have at least 1 or 2 or 3 heavens. The word third, THRD, means 3. So if we have 3rd heaven, it means that we have in the Bible we have biblically 3 heavens, and this 3rd heaven is known as paradise in that same verse. My question to you, Dr. Damina, God bless you and all your church members and followers. If you tell your people that heaven is their heart, my question is their heart the first, the 2nd, and the 3rd heaven? I say again, is their heart the first, the 2nd, or the 3rd heaven? We know, theoretically, the 1st heaven is known as the atmospheric heavens. That is what we see with our eyes. The 2nd heaven is known as the starry heavens. That is where we have the stars far away. Where we have Jupiter, Mars, Venus, the planets and so on. Why we don't see with our eyes. And then the 3rd heaven is where it's known as paradise. Or paradise is what is popularly known as heaven. The Bible calls it the 3rd heaven. Now, if your heart consists or is made up of all the 3 heavens, my 2nd question is, does your heart contains Jupiter? Does your heart contains the moon? Does your heart contains the sun? Does your heart contains Venus? If your heart contains Mars, then maybe you have to tell Elon Musk and these NASA people that they should not spend their time in going looking for Mars, because Mars is on the heart of you, Dr. Damina. And Mars is on the heart of you, his followers. Because you taught your people, you taught them that heaven is not up, but heaven is their heart. Again, if your heart is heaven, and we have 3 heavens, the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd, the atmospheric heavens, the starry heavens, or where the stars are, and then the 3rd heaven, or paradise. If your heart is heaven, is it the 3 heavens? And if it's the 3 heavens, does your heart contains the sun? Does your heart contains the moon? Does your heart contain the planets? Does your heart contains Jupiter? Does your heart contains the stars? Does your heart contains all this? Sorry if my question is very, very long, but I have to explain it so that you will understand. And I pray with you, Dr. Damina, you have not insulted me before. But I prayed with you, his followers and his church members. Please don't insult me. I want you to know that this does not affect me. Just answer their question. Just answer their question. May God bless you. I'm not an Botwe-Chrysolite. May God bless you. May God touch you. See you. I'm asking another question. After this, I ask another question. God bless you. See you. Bye-bye. Answer the question. Bye-bye.